Thanks.
All right, let's bring in Jamil Jaffer, a former law clerk to Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Joey?
I'm good. Listen, let's take a look at this tweet from SCOTUS blog. The tweet says, quote, "It's impossible to overstate the earthquake this will cause inside the court. In terms of the destruction of trust among the justices and staff, this leak is the gravest, most unforgivable sin." So obviously the issue of abortion is controversial, but now we're talking about the actual issue of a leak. Regardless of the topic, this really is unprecedented and something that we don't know the fallout that could come from this.
Yeah, Joey, that's exactly right. I mean, one of the challenges here is that on rare occasions in the past at the Supreme Court, we have seen leaks of outcomes of cases, even ahead of decision. It's very rare, very unusual, but it has happened in the past. What is completely unprecedented about this leak is the idea that an actual draft opinion would leak ahead of time before the official release by the court. It raises questions about what were the motives of the leakers. Why would they do this? Is the goal to put pressure on the justices in the majority to get them to change their minds? Is it to threaten them? It's a very disturbing situation and may unfortunately change the way that the justices and the staff of the court treat one another and how they circulate opinions and the like. And that could be very destructive for comedy in the court and the court finding a path forward to get the law assessed and analyzed and determined in line with the Constitution and laws of the United States.
Yeah, so you have the leak, then you have the reaction to it. There is so much inflamed rhetoric coming from the left right now, and this is not the first time. 2 years ago, Senator Chuck Schumer actually threatened your former boss, Neil Gorsuch, and also Justice Kavanaugh. Remember this, watch.
They're taking away fundamental rights. I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price. You won't know what hit you if you go forward with these awful decisions.
And we are watching these scorched earth tactics again in Los Angeles. A police officer was injured. Some businesses were damaged during protests last night. Why the aggression over this issue?
Well, Carly, obviously a hotly controversial issue and an issue that's divided the American body politic now for many decades. But the idea that, Supreme Court justices would be threatened or the like, as we just saw there by a sitting U.S. senator. Who knows what he meant by that, but it certainly wasn't anything good. And it's obviously very troubling, and it creates a culture that's hugely problematic. We've seen this kind of toxicity from both the left and the right when it comes to highly controversial issues. That kind of toxicity is not what we need in our body politic. In a lot of ways, it's generated from overseas, this kind of discord that causes us to be at one another's throats. We as a nation need to come together and really figure out how to solve these problems. Best way to do that, Carly and Joey, at the ballot box.
Absolutely. At the ballot box. That is the best way to get your voice heard. Jamil Jaffer, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.